Good afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure to be standing in front of you all today, and it's a privilege to me to have this possibility to introduce to you the Polish video game market. I'm quite sure you're quite familiar with the Polish gaming industry. You might know games such as The Witcher, for example, Dying Light, Dead Island, This War of Mine, Super Hot. So those are all Polish games developed by Polish companies. But today what we're going to talk about is like a slightly different perspective. So we're going to look at the market itself, which has lots of possibilities, and we're going to speak about them in a minute. Now, first of all, as Ash was going to mention already, indeed, I am not a developer, not a publisher. I'm actually an expert on creative industries, a specialist at the Polish Institute, the cultural service of the Embassy of Poland in Beijing. And over the past couple of months, we have been engaging in the promotion of Polish video games, of the Polish video game market in China, and networking Polish and Chinese companies to our best. Now, what I'm going to present to you are information that were gathered by Krakow Technology Park as part of a gigantic survey that they were conducting throughout the year. Every year they publish the survey, the results of the survey, a report on the state of the Polish video game industry and the Polish video game market. This year, they're going to publish a new report in May on a conference called Digital Dragons, which is one of the biggest gaming conferences in Poland. So of course, I hope that you have a chance to drop by. So the presentation is courtesy of Krakow Technology Park, who are kind enough to provide us with all the information and the materials. So first of all, let's look at the general information. Now, this study, this report, speaks about gamers. This time we're going to focus on gamers. What sort of games do they play? Who are Polish gamers? How to reach them? How to lose them? Those are all things that you might find interesting if you're thinking of entering the Polish market in the future or working with Polish companies. Now, how many gamers are there among Polish internet users? Because, of course, the study was based on Polish internet users who were asked questions about games. And if we look at the results, we'll see that more or less right now, starting from 2015 up until 2016, there's a 70% rate of gamers among Polish internet users. So, like, the amount has significantly increased starting from 2014, a slight decrease in 2016, but still more or less 70%. Now, what sort of games do they play? First of all, we have, I play games on smartphone or tablet, that's 36%. I play games installed on computer, so laptop or PC, 32%. Those games are getting significantly less popular, but you're going to notice in a minute that actually that's quite more interesting than it seems. Networking websites, so 33%. Web browser games, 29%, and again a significant decrease from last year, and games played on video game consoles, that's only 12%. And I think that's pretty crucial because you don't have many people in Poland playing games on consoles. They would rather have games played on a PC, and we're going to look at it more in a minute. But first, the profile of a Polish gamer. Who are they? So, how to apply to them? First of all, let's see the ratio between male and female gamers. There is, of course, this sort of idea that gamers are mostly guys. These sort of nerds that are sitting home and playing games. But actually, if you look at the current study, right now in 2016 we had like an even ratio, so 50% gamers in Poland were male and 50% were female. But it doesn't mean that they play the same games. Definitely, male gamers dominate the installed games, so definitely PC games that you install on your machine, and the console games. So 81% male gamers in console games, that is a significant difference. There's an equal ratio among gamers playing web browser games and mobile gamers, because that's almost an equal half. And you have more female gamers playing social networking games. Now, that is pretty interesting, because if you think of a gamer, you usually think of students. Students who play games at school when they're bored, on their cell phones, which is not necessarily the case in Poland. The market is changing, and if you look at the current data, you have that 45% of gamers in Poland are employed. So they have already finished, usually they have finished their studies at school, at university, they work, and that's very important because that means they have money, they have the resources to play games, so they are more willing to pay for games. Now, why do Polish gamers play games? It depends, of course, on the console and the medium that they use. Because if it's installed games, mostly it's for killing time because they're bored, but also to learn something new, develop some new skills, or to impersonate a new character. On the other hand, web browser games are definitely played for killing time. People get bored, they play such games. Not really to impersonate any kind of character. Nobody's interested in that in case of web browser games. In case of console games, you also have a significant amount of people who are interested in impersonating a new character, but also something important that is changed, that's different among console game players, so that's to company, to meet with other people. Yeah, so console games are mostly there to play with others. And mobile gamers, they definitely play games to kill time. Social networking web games, killing time, and resting, dealing with stress. Now, that's pretty interesting because, as I mentioned, while Polish gamers are interested in playing console games to cooperate with other players, they are mostly interested in playing games alone. Definitely, they are not into multiplayer. If you look at the results of the test, you have 48% of players who play only single player, who play only alone. Some players, 25%, tend to play multiplayer once in a while, though it's not their major activity. And of course, if you look at the different types of game, installed games, web browser games, console gamers, mobile games, social networking games, then you notice that, of course, while installed games and web browser games are usually played alone, and mobile games as well, console games are mostly played in multiplayer, just as mentioned previously, and just as the study proves, because they play console games to meet with other people. What sort of games do Polish gamers play? Well, we have a wide variety, starting from role-playing games, game of skill, strategy, shooting games, as far as installed games are concerned. As far as console gamers go, usually sports, FPS, games of skill, so pretty much the same as any other place in the world. Now, if you look at web browser games, logic games, card games as well, games of skill, etc., etc., we're not going to go through the whole list, obviously, because we don't have as much time. Just like a brief introduction. And social networking games, so logic, adventure games, card games as well. And finally, mobile games, definitely logic games, games of skill, and card games, strategic, races, simulators, etc. Now, place of playing games. I've spent a while in China, and I've noticed that most Chinese players play wherever they get to. On the bus, on the subway, wherever they get a chance to take out their phone and play a game. That's not the style of a Polish gamer. If you look at data, 90% of the gamers definitely prefer to play at home. They get back home, and that's when they can play games, that's when they can relax and do something different. Now, popularity of different types of games on mobile devices. Basically, you have mostly games which are shared, which are downloaded from official websites or official accounts like Google Play or App Store. However, if you look at mobile devices, you're going to notice that 8% of the gamers actually admit that they play games downloaded from the internet, from places named unofficial, so basically pirated games. But still, 8% that admit to playing pirated games doesn't mean that, of course, it's only 8% of players that actually play games downloaded from the internet. But still, if you look at it, 81% of gamers who would rather buy a game, that's still quite cool, especially if you consider the fact that it makes sense. Because, of course, since most of the players have a job, they have money, they can buy the games. And popularity of gaming and social networking websites, so mostly Facebook. NK.pl is a Polish social website, which is not as popular as it used to be, but still quite popular. But of course, Facebook is the #1 social website today. Operating systems, definitely Android. 84%, only 10% Windows Phone, and 9% iOS. Polish players are mostly eager to buy Android games, Android phones, rather than iPhones and iPads. Now, sources of games, where they get the games from, and that's quite interesting because while most of the world would rather download the game from the internet, so you would go to a Steam website, etc., Polish gamers would rather have a physical copy. If you look at it, that's 53% of players who buy physical games. So much so, in fact, that many companies decide to release DLCs in physical form. As we know, DLC is downloaded from the internet, but you can actually go to the store, buy a physical copy of the DLC. Usually it has some promotional materials like artwork or screenshots or videos from the game, and a code to download the game. And yet players would still prefer to buy it in the store rather than buy it online. And of course, 49% downloaded free games from the internet, or 31% buy digital versions online. Now, if it's digital versions, then definitely Steam, 49% of players, Origin, 15%, PlayStation Network, 9%, etc., etc. Now, sources of new games down in smartphone and tablet games, mostly downloaded from Google Play or App Store, and 16% are games which are already installed on the console. And money, that which is the most important part when you're doing business. Player method of payment, that's very important, and it was actually mentioned here already. We know that in America everybody has a credit card. You're not yet born, yet you already have a credit card, just waiting for you. Not the case in all countries, especially not in Poland. As you might notice, there's like payment in a shop or place of cash or card, because as I've mentioned, Polish players like to buy physical copies of games. But the second most popular method of payment is payment through an internet transfer, bank transfer. So players directly transfer money from their accounts to a third party to buy the game. And of course, credit or debit card is third. It's getting more popular, but still not as popular as other methods of payment. And of course, the same for web browser gamers, social networking websites gamers, and social networking websites gamers. However, here we also notice that you have payment by text message, right? Because, of course, you would rather have some method of payment which is fast. Internet transfer, bank transfer are pretty slow, so gamers are willing to pay by text message for the contents of the game or for the game itself. You have also PayPal, though it's not as popular in Poland as it is in other countries. Now, reasons of resigning from making a payment in an online game. And here you notice that lack of acceptable payment method is like the most important factor. Lack of trust as well, or not meeting local requirements, but of course the lack of acceptable payment method is the most important part because, as I've mentioned, if you don't have a credit card, you only do bank transfers, and you can't pay for the game with a bank transfer, then you are not going to buy it. Reasons from resigning from making a payment in game on social networking website, lack of acceptable payment method as well, lack of trust, not meeting local requirements. So this meeting, finding an accepted payment method is very, very important. Now, average expenses on games. If you look at it, you have average one-time expense on the game, average one-time expense on game extensions, and you have games installed on a computer. So there's, of course, this barrier that you can see, 100 to 200 Polish zlotys, which is about 25 to 50 dollars. That's the amount that players are still willing to pay, but if the price goes higher, they simply refuse to buy it. Console games, pretty much the same amount of money. As far as game extensions go, then it's way less because it's around 12 to $25. And average expenses on online games and games on social networking websites. Again, you have the amounts. Of course, the amounts are significantly lower on those games. And finally, smartphone and tablet games. So less than 9 Polish zlotys, which is around $2. That's the amount players are willing to pay for a game on one time. And the average expense on game extensions, less than $1. Registration, that's also very important. Because if you look at it, resignation from registration and installation of a game among web browser gamers, mobile gamers, and social networking websites gamers. So have they resigned? 68% yes, 63% and 57% of gamers resigned from registering or installing a game. And why do they do so in Poland? Well, mostly because they refuse to provide some information. I've noticed that in China it's pretty easy and pretty convenient to tell your phone number whenever you want to do something, like play a game or whatever. But Polish gamers are reluctant to give their phone number. So in fact, they would rather give their address than their phone number to register in a game or to install a game. You have 65% of gamers who would refuse and would never give their phone number to register a game or to install a game. And considered methods, obviously email registration or Facebook registration or Google account are the most popular. And finally, esports, because it's also very popular in Poland. You have 14% of internet users who watch esports. 50% of those 14% watch esports live. Actually, if you think about it, there's, for example, this event called IEM, organized in Katowice every year. I'm from the place, and I've seen, thousands of people meeting at the Saucer in Katowice to watch this event live. So it's actually a growing industry in Poland, which you might also consider. And of course, like I mentioned, this is just a brief introduction to the topic. I would hope that if you are interested in the Polish market, you search further. And of course, you might want to visit Digital Dragons in May in Poland, organized by Krakow Technology Park. They are going to reveal the whole report, because those were just like brief parts of this report, which they are organizing with ONET, with Gry Online PL, with IQS, which is a think tank, but also with Creative Europe, with Małopolska Voivodeship, and with the Polish Ministry of with the Polish Ministry of Culture and National Heritage, which all participate to this report, to providing the latest and the most important data about the Polish game industry and the Polish gaming market. So that's that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Damian. It was a really nice and short guide on Poland's gaming market and Poland's user behavior. All right, then this was today's session on Overseas Track. I thank everyone for joining us here at GMGC Beijing. Thank you to our sponsors, speakers, media supporters, guys who flew from across the world and also who made it through Beijing pollution and traffic. Okay, so if any one of you have missed out on any content, stay tuned to our social accounts, that is YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Weibo, QQ, everything possible. All the content will be published there very soon after the conference. Thank you once again, and we hope to see you soon again.